So this first family, my sister, who's been a serious soldier on the front line in Stockton, the mother of James Revere, 16-year-old old, who was killed by the Stockton terrorist police there, Dion Sanders. Anders. Evans.
Hello, my name is Dion Smith Downs. I'm from Stockton, California. And it's time for us to rock these cities now. You know, we need to really start rocking now. Now, I've been on this battlefield for 6 years. I still have not received police report, dash camera, nothing. But guess what? The city of Stockton came out of bankrupt. But guess what? We're still out here marching. We're still out here shutting and knocking at their door. I have a date now, because I didn't give up. I have the date now, because I didn't give up. So I'm going to let my husband talk, but I want to let y'all know that this fight is real. This fight is so real, it could be you next. Someone you know will be killed by the police. You know, I always say this slogan every time I go to these cities and go be able to talk. Today my family, tomorrow be your family. We just had a killing in Stockton 2 weeks ago. Riley Watt was shot and killed in Stockton by the Stockton police. Shot him in his head. We just put him to rest Wednesday. So we have an event in Stockton for 2 days event. We would like y'all to come out and support us. I have flyers to pass out if anyone, and we can also give you rides if you need rides to Stockton. But this fight is real. We need y'all support. And I always say a mother's cry. We got to fight for the kids that have been put in the system. They're being abused, and they also have been killed by police. And they have no voice. So we also have to be their voice. We got to be the voice for the parents that's in incarceration. That kids out here being shot and killed also. We need to be that voice. So my husband's going to finish, and thank you.
She pretty much covered it all. I think she speaks from the heart. She's made many contact with many mothers all over the country, not just here on the West Coast, but she's been in many places, Ferguson and Cleveland, and she's been all over with joining with them families, because the fight ain't just in our backyard, you know. And sometimes we got to get out, we got to go support them families, like Oscar Grant, like Stephen Johnson was saying. When Oscar Grant was killed, you know, we didn't know that our son would be killed the next year. He was killed in 2009, New Year's, and we took a stand on this first thing they did on the platform up there in Fruitville. We stood up there and we spoke about how severe that is when somebody get killed like that, and especially when they're unarmed. But then our son got killed in 2010, so it kind of reminded us when Oscar Grant got killed. You know what I'm saying? The same feelings popped up. But just back to what she was saying, that, you know, we need a lot of unity, especially with our young people on the street. We have really got to come together and stop being so jealous of the next person. That's right. Stop being so envious of the next person and love that person. Because I ain't got it, let me get with somebody that might have it, because I might get it. But saying that because he got it, I ain't got it, I want to take it from him or do something to him and get it. That's not right. So we have to put these guns down and put our hearts up in front of us, man, because we are dying at a rate that we cannot come back from. The people that are gone are not here no more. They're not here, but we are still here. So we can make that change. And that change comes from being more utilized, being more together with each other. You know what I mean? It's hard when you got to do it by yourself, man. It really is. And just to see when my son was killed like that, you wouldn't want to see the more pictures, man. Just seeing the more pictures make you say, hey, I don't want that to happen to my friend. He was shot 48 times with an AR-15 in the back of his head. He was only 16 years old, a day before his 17th birthday. That was 6 years ago, and we still standing today because it has not stopped. It has not stopped. So we appreciate you guys being out here, and we love it, man. This is what we need. We need to do it more. Thank you.
All right, brother. Rivera family, don't give up.
That was the family of James Revere, 16 years old, killed in Stockton by the Stockton police. This next family, a little closer to home, Richmond, a young man named Petey Perez was murdered by the Richmond Police Department, and his father has been standing strong. The Oscar Grant Committee has been really supportive of this family and making sure that they continue in this fight to get justice for their loved one, his father, Rick Perez.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all you guys for showing up, and we need, lots of people to fight for the cause here. We got to stop these police. We're seeing it all over our nation, how they're just abusing their privilege of carrying that gun. Everyone talks about this gun control stuff, and I think we need to control them and their guns sometimes. They talk about all their professional training, yet they go and kill my son on September 14th, 2014. He's unarmed, walking at the store, and they pull him to the side, detain him, and give him a hard time, and next thing you know, they stole his life from him and from me and my wife and his grandparents. And I like to thank this James Rivera family for being so strong. It helps me be strong and fight for this, and Uncle Bobby here for being so strong. We're fighting for, we are getting somewhere in the city of Richmond. We are getting independent investigation by the Citizens Review Commission. We got them to change the name of the police commission to the Citizens Review Commission because they're here for the citizens and not for the police. We got to sharpen the teeth of the Citizens Review Commission so they can make some better recommendations and stuff. They're going to investigate Petey's case, my son's case, and they're also going to start investigating every case that comes up with a person being shot in the city of Richmond and with a great bodily harm. Those kind of cases are going to be investigated every time. It's because we had to be persistent and keep fighting for these guys. Nothing's going to bring my son back. There's only one person I know that rise from the dead, and my son was a lot like him, but anyway, he's up there with him now, and I'm thankful for that, and I know I'll be with him someday myself. But I thank the ILWU for supporting us like this. My brother's a longshoreman, and they put me on here for partly because of that reason, partly because I'm a member of that club of people whose sons have been stolen right from underneath them. I'd like to thank the OscarGrantCommittee.org. They were very instrumental in pushing us as well. And, like I say, I'm not a cop basher and stuff. I know there's good cops out there, but here's where that word pig comes in, and when the good ones are covering up for the bad ones, and that's happening way too often.
Yeah.
How many times do we see these cops out there doing these, these dirty deeds and stuff? You know how they say about us, they'll put up a sobriety checkpoint and they catch 10 people. Well, they say there's probably 50 more out there that we didn't catch. Well, we caught 5 of those officers out there doing those dirty texts and stuff, and as well as other things. There's probably 100 more of them out there doing the same thing. And, we got to stop the bad ones. We can't allow them to keep going like that. So, thank all you guys for coming here, and thanks for backing us. We need all the help we can get and stopping these deceitful ways of the bad police, and as well as the good police need help weeding out the bad police. So thank you all again for coming, and thank you, Uncle Bob.
All right, that's the Peter Perez family. One thing that we as families are clear of, if commerce stopped here in the state of California, real systemic change will occur.
That's right.
So we understand that building solidarity with the workers is critical in bringing real social justice to this society.
Right.
So we really, truly from our hearts and our loved ones that has been murdered, thank you for being here. This next mother that I'm getting ready to bring up has been on this battlefront for many years right here in San Francisco. She's been all over this country spreading the word about police terrorism and what happened to her baby. None other but my sister and friend, Lamisha.
How you all doing? Okay,
The thing that brings joy to me today is to see many of the elders of the OG, but also young people, and to see unions. When you know that the unions who have been resisting to engage around police brutality issues is with us, like they are here today, like they are with Justice for Mariwood Coalition, you know we got it going on. I'm getting old. I've been in the battle with you for 15 years. I'm losing my eyesight, but I'm still here because all those folks that you see here on the stairs, in spite of our unbearable grief, we transcended to help other families. We're here for them, whether we're going to lose, win, or settle a case. The Youth Study Foundation right now is working on several fronts, and although we're going to continue to be here supporting you on the front line, we're also working toward a motion on the ballot so that the chief would be elected, not appointed. We also work towards liability insurance that would be mandatory to purchase by cops, instead of the taxpayers covering settlements and litigation. You know, they say it takes a quarter of a second to shoot. If they had liability insurance that they have to purchase, I bet you they will take more than a quarter second to pull that trigger when they know their premium are going to go up.
That's right.
We want mandatory steroid testing after each. Would it be beaten to death or, you know, the gun, whatever was the mean of death? Okay, I can go on and on. I love it, but I got to pass on this mic. But we're the people, right?
Yeah.
Ain't no power.
It's in the people.
Because the power of the people ain't no power. Because the people of the the power of the people don't stop. He's gonna say it better than me. Here you go, Uncle.
That was the family of Idris, Stella, Lamisha, the mother, here in San Francisco representing her son. This next mother, not mother, but great aunt that I was allowed to speak, or I should say that the ILW has provided the space for us to share with you these stories and this pain in hopes that you workers understand that we need you to be a part of this movement to bring real social justice, who has actually been out on the front line, made this march today, has been marching all over wherever she can go in the Bay Area. Dolores Pipers, the great aunt of Derek Gangs, who was only 15 years old, killed in South San Francisco.
Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate the support of the union. I was a union member myself. My husband was a lifetime union member of the machinists. Without the unions, we'd be nowhere in this country, and we know they've struggled for years and years against police brutality from the beginning of the unions. I thank you all for being here. Believe me, I never thought in a million years that I'd be standing here among these poor families who have lost dear ones. And it can happen to anybody's family. It doesn't have to be brown or black. It's anybody's family can come up against these cops. And we need to stop this across the country. We need people to do whatever they can, whatever little thing they can do. Write a letter, make a march, attend a meeting of the city council, whatever it takes, small though it may be. It's all drops in that bucket of water, somebody said. And it'll, in the end, we've got to fight for our rights in this country. It's going to become a police state if we're not careful. The police have all the control and the rights. The cop that killed my great nephew in South San Francisco was now hired by San Francisco. So he's policing the people of San Francisco, and already he's run into a few problems there. In 2014, he earned $180,000 with benefits. I bet none of you learned that in 2014. And he's out there just assaulting our young people. So we appreciate so much what the union's providing for us today. I thank you.
Thank you, Dolores Pipers, the great aunt of 15-year-old Derek Gaines, who was killed right here in South San Francisco. Again, another great aunt, family member, standing on the front line. And also here to thank the ILWU and those workers that are here in this community, standing with us today for being a part of this movement.